Okay, so now we will discuss about legislature power of President of India. Okay, we already discussed executive power of President of India. Now we will discuss legislature power. Legislature power means related to the legislature lawmaking. So what are the powers of President? So first, what President can do? President can summon and prorogue the Parliament and dissolve the Lok Sabha. We will study. What is the summon? Okay. In Parliament, we have a 3 session. We have a budget session, then we have a monsoon session, then we have a winter session. Not summer session, we have a winter session. Okay. So if you observe from budget session to the monsoon session, there is some gap. Then from monsoon session to the winter session, there is a gap. Once the monsoon session is completed, next session will be the what do you call this one? Winter session. So winter session generally start in the month of November or December, right? Now after what do you call completion of monsoon session and before starting of this one, what do you call winter session, so member of parliament has to go to the parliament, no? Don't you think so, to attend the session, right? For example, if there is a MP in Bangalore, he need to go to parliament, to the Delhi, right? At that time, who will issue the summon? Summon is nothing but the calling to be present in a legal term. Who will issue the summon to the MP for the session of the parliament? It is president. It is the president who will issue the summon to the member of the parliament to attend the session of parliament. Either it is a Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Okay. Once the session is completed, take an example, budget session is completed. For budget session, president call, that is summoning. Then once the budget session is completed, after completing, okay, president will issue the prorogue. President will issue what? Prorogue. Prorogue means that session is completed. That session is completed. You understood? Okay, regarding summon and prorogue, we will discuss in depth in parliament topic. But meanwhile, you understand, for starting the session, president will issue the summon. After ending the session, president will issue the prorogue. Now dissolve the Lok Sabha. You know Lok Sabha, right? It is called a popular house, lower house also there, right? And it is not a permanent house like a Rajya Sabha. Okay. If any political party has to form the government at central level, they need to secure the majority in Lok Sabha, right? We have seen last year elections also we have seen, right? So now, if election has conducted, general election has conducted, and one party got the majority, okay, one party got the majority, so that party will continue for 5 years. The example, BJP got the majority, full majority in the year 2014 and in the year 2019 also. But 2024 BJP didn't got the full majority, right? So if any political party got the full majority in the Lok Sabha, they can continue for 5 years. Now suppose a political party didn't got the full majority, single political party didn't got the full majority in Lok Sabha. Majority means half of the seat, right? At that time, what party will do? 2 to 3 party will combine together, they will form the coalition government. Like we have a NDA. NDA alliances are there, no? Okay, BJP, we have a, what do you call, Chandrababu Naidu, TDP is there, and Nitish Kumar, okay, party. So in that way, they will form the coalition government. Okay. So with that coalition, they will form the majority, they prove the majority in the Lok Sabha and they will continue. But suddenly, if 2 or 3 party will withdraw the support, what will happen? Okay, I will give an example. Now BJP, NDA is there, no? Alliance is there. So BJP has the highest seat. 200 change something is there. Okay. With that one, it is having a support from the TDP party as well as the Nitish Kumar party. Okay. Now suddenly, TDP and Nitish Kumar party withdraw the support to the BJP. At that time, what will happen? BJP doesn't have any majority to prove, right? So what BJP can do? BJP either can search for the other party for the support. Okay. If it's possible, then again BJP form the majority, again BJP can continue the government. Okay. suppose if BJP is failed to prove the majority, at that time what will happen? None of the party is able to form the majority. At that time what president will do? President will dissolve the Lok Sabha. Fresh general elections will be conducted. Understood? If none of the parties is able to form the government, then at that time Lok Sabha will be dissolved. And who will dissolve the Lok Sabha? President of India. Now you understood? Right. So who will summon the parliament? President of India. Who will prorogue the parliament? President of India. Who will dissolve the Lok Sabha? President of India. Does President of India has a power to dissolve Rajya Sabha? No. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. We will discuss this thing in Parliament. Now you understood? Okay. Then apart from that, okay, joint session is there. Now what is the meaning of joint session? You know, legislature process in India, right? If any legislature has to be created, first bill has to introduce in either of the house, either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. The bill has to introduce. Okay. Then once the bill is introduced, bill has to discuss, then the bill has to vote. So once the bill is passed, then the bill will send to the another house. In another house also bill will be introduced, then the bill will be discuss, then the bill will be vote. If another house also pass, then the bill will send to the assent of the president. Once the president give the assent, that bill become law. Right, that is the normal procedure. Right. Now take an example. We have Lok Sabha and we have a Rajya Sabha. Okay. Lok Sabha has introduced the bill. Discuss the bill and pass the bill. And the bill will send to the Rajya Sabha. Okay. In Rajya Sabha has not taken any action on the bill, not introduced also. Possibility. Rajya Sabha has not taken any action. Regarding joint session, we will discuss in Parliament. Okay. But meanwhile, we will discuss this example. Once the bill passes in Lok Sabha, then the bill will send to the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha has not taken any action for 6 months on that bill. Okay. So there is one possibility. At that time, there is a deadlock situation. What is that? Lok Sabha passed the bill, but Rajya Sabha has not taken any action. One case. Second case, what is that? Lok Sabha passed the bill, but Rajya Sabha passed the bill with the changes. That changes is not agreed by the Lok Sabha. Whom? Lok Sabha. This time also deadlock situation is there. So whenever there is a deadlock situation in case of bill, at that time what president will do? President will call both Lok Sabha member as well as the Rajya Sabha member, and they will sit in a single house only. In a single house only, bill will be introduced and bill will be discussed and the bill will be voted. So that single house session is there, where the member of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both are present. That session it is called joint session of Parliament. That session it is called what? Joint session of Parliament. Now, who will summon the joint session of Parliament, joint sitting of Parliament? President. But session is there, so someone has to preside the session. Who will preside the joint session? Speaker of Lok Sabha. Who will preside? Speaker of Lok Sabha. General time, normal time, in the Lok Sabha we have a Speaker of Lok Sabha. In Rajya Sabha we have a Chairman of Rajya Sabha. They will preside that session. But who will call for the joint session? President. But who will preside the joint session? Speaker of Lok Sabha. Remember, this is very, very important point. Now you understood? So it is the president who will summon the joint sitting of the Parliament plus, okay, and the joint sitting will be presided by whom? Speaker of Lok Sabha. And next, every year we have a budget session. Right? First session of every year it is a budget session. Okay. So who will address that first session of every year? It is the president. President will address. Generally, president will address about the achievement of the present government. Okay. Reality, generally, President will address the achievement of the present government which they did in the last year from January to December, because this will start in the February. Budget session will start in the month of February. But before starting the first session of every year, first session of fresh year is a budget session, and that time this President will address that session, address to the Parliament, both Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. Then next, what is that? General elections are there. Once in a 5 year we have a general election, but it is not compulsory also, no? Right? If Lok Sabha dissolve in the middle, then again fresh election will be conducted. So whenever the general election is conducted, after general election is conducted, first session is there, na? First session. That first session also will be addressed by whom? President of India. Take an example, last year 2024 in the month of May, there was elections, right? Then monsoon session conducted in the month of July and August conducted. So that is the first session after general election, right? So first session after general election, that session also addressed by whom? President of India. Okay. And President of India is also have a power. What is that power? Power to send or receive the message regarding any bill pending in the Parliament. Either it is in the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Okay, if any bill pending in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, what President will do? President can send the message or receive the messages regarding the bill. That what is that bill? What is the nature of that bill? Why that bill is pending? Okay, and other things. So President has that power. Okay, that President can send or receive the messages to the Parliament regarding the bill. Now next, we have a Lok Sabha, lower house, and we have a Rajya Sabha, right? General time, who will preside the session of Lok Sabha? Speaker. If Speaker is not there, then Deputy Speaker. Speaker is not there, then Deputy Speaker. Okay. If Speaker is not available, Deputy Speaker is also not available. At that time, there is a member from the panel person. So one of the panel person will be act as a Speaker. This is a normal case. Now Speaker is resigned. Deputy Speaker is also resigned. At that time there is a vacancy, right? Vacancy in the post of Speaker as well as the Deputy Speaker. At that time President will appoint one member from the Lok Sabha who can preside the session of Lok Sabha. Please remember, here we are not talking about availability. If Speaker is not available, Deputy Speaker. If Deputy Speaker is not available, any person from the panel of chairperson. Right? So that is the normal case. But when there is a vacancy in the post of Speaker and Deputy Speaker, at that time President will appoint one of the member of Lok Sabha to preside the session of Lok Sabha. Understood? In the same way, in Rajya Sabha also we have a chairman and vice chairman. You know who is the chairman in Rajya Sabha? Vice President is the chairman of Rajya Sabha. Right? So Rajya Sabha is having a chairman and vice chairman. So whenever there is a vacancy in the chairman of Rajya Sabha and vice chairman of Rajya Sabha, at that time President will appoint any member from Rajya Sabha to preside the session of Rajya Sabha. Understood? Here vacancy is important, not availability or absent. Absent means Speaker is not the Deputy Speaker, like that it is there. Here also absent means Chairman is not available, then we have a Deputy Chairman. Okay, but here we are talking about this one. What is that? Vacancy in the post. Now, every general election, you know general elections, right? So there is a possibility that one general election, one party form the government. In another general election, another party form the government. There is a possibility. Take an example of 2014. 2009 to 2014, Congress formed the government. Then 2014, suddenly BJP got the majority and BJP formed the government and started the first session in the Lok Sabha. Right? Who will preside the session of Lok Sabha? Who will preside the session of Lok Sabha? Speaker. After general elections, if Speaker is not available, how it can be available here? Right? General elections conducted. right? After general election, session has to conduct in Lok Sabha. To conduct the session, they required a presiding officer. And who is the presiding officer in Lok Sabha? Speaker. But speaker election is not conducted. Why? Because this is a fresh general elections. At that time, no one is there to preside the session of Lok Sabha. In that situation, President will appoint the pro tem speaker. Understood? Who will appoint the pro tem speaker? President. Not each and every case or any case. President will appoint the pro tem speaker only after the general elections. Understood? Everyone? Okay. Now, apart from that, earlier in Lok Sabha, President can nominate 2 Anglo-Indians. President can nominate 2 Anglo-Indians if such community is not represented in the House. But such thing has deleted from the Indian Constitution. But in Rajya Sabha, till now also there is a provision that 12 members will be nominated by the President of India, who are expertised in the literature, science, art, social service. We have Sachin Tendulkar, right, who is appointed as a member of Rajya Sabha. Sachin Tendulkar is a famous personality in cricket. Even Vijay Mallya also, once upon a time he was a member of Rajya Sabha. Okay, Rekha is there, one of the famous actress in Bollywood. Okay, she was also appointed as a member of Rajya Sabha. Those are not elected, those are nominated. Nominated by whom? President. So, President has a power, legislature power to nominate 12 member in Rajya Sabha. Then disqualification. Now, what is that meaning of disqualification? Okay. So, member of parliament is there, right? So, after elected, once they have elected, they can be disqualified. They can be disqualified. We will study in depth in parliament topic. Okay. So, they can be disqualified. Who will deal the cases of disqualification? Election Commission of India. Election Commission of India deals with the what is the matter, does it that particular MPs violated any rules and regulations or not, right? So, disqualification issue or case will be dealt by the Election Commission of India, and after dealing with the case, Election Commission of India will give recommendation to the President. Okay, and President will decide whether to disqualify such MP or not. Okay, so it is the President who will decide the disqualification of member of parliament, but on the recommendation of or after consultation with Election Commission of India. President doesn't have discretionary power. Discretionary power or arbitrary power means without consulting anyone disqualify that person. No, there is no such thing. Okay, President can decide the disqualification of member of parliament only after with the consultation with Election Commission of India. Understood? Okay. Then next. So there are certain bills are there. In part 1 also we discussed now bill related to Article 3, as well as there is one money bill under Article 110. So there are certain bill which cannot be introduced without the prior recommendation of President of India. Okay. So example, bill for the purpose of Article 3 and bill for the purpose of Article 110, which is money bill. Okay. Now, apart from that, CAG. Who will do the appointment of CAG? It is the President. Right. So CAG is the auditor of the central government as well as the state government. If requested by the governor, then CAG can also do the auditing of the local government also. We have the municipalities, Panchayat, Zilla Parishad, Mandal Parishad, like that it can be done. Okay. So, once the CAG audited the accounts of the central government, and central government, entrepreneurships, or the body which is formed through the act of the parliament, okay, or which is under the power and function of CAG. So, what CAG will do after auditing the accounts of the central government bodies or central government, CAG will submit that report to the President. CAG will submit that report to whom? President. And President will lay down that report before the Parliament. Understood? CAG will do the auditing, make a report. That report CAG will submit to whom? President. Then President will lay down that report before the Parliament for further discussion. So that is also a legislature power of President of India. Apart from that, UPSC, Finance Commission and other commissions are also same thing. National Commission for SC/ST, Union Public Service Commission, Finance Commission will submit the report to President. Okay, President will let down that report before the Parliament. Understood everyone? Okay, then next, there are certain union territories. For example, we have Andaman, Nicobar, Lakshadweep, Dadar and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu. Earlier, Dadar and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, there were two separate union territory. But now, Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu become a single UT. Okay, so regarding this Dadar and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Lakshadweep as well as the Andaman and Nicobar. So for these three union territory, President has a power to make the regulation. President has a power to make the regulation. Regulation for what? Regulation for the peace, progress and the good governance in these three union territory. Generally, Parliament will make law. Don't you think so? Regulations, rules, regulations, law, that will be created by whom? Parliament. But regarding these three UT, President has that power. And we have one more UT, that is Pondicherry or Puducherry. Regarding Puducherry also, President has a power to make regulation. To make regulation for the purpose of peace, progress and good governance of Puducherry. But not every time. Puducherry is having a assembly. If that assembly is dissolved, then only President can make the regulation for the peace, for the progress and the good governance of Puducherry or Pondicherry. Understood everyone? So this is about legislature power of President of India. Okay.